Hello and welcome to Just Pauses. There are many proverbs and even sayings and songs all about how in sorrow we are left alone, but in happiness there is a crowd beside. Have you ever found yourself all alone in sorrowful times while the world was with you during merriment and celebrations? Think carefully. Is it really so? Whether the friends and relatives do anything or not. But when are you more confident that they are with you? When do their words sound hollow and when do the sentiments seem real? Don't you think that it is often the reverse? That people, including good friends, do get a little edgy, even competitive, or are taken aback and perhaps get envious too when we are very happy or something very nice happens with us, or if we acquire something big and good. The smiles and cheer notwithstanding, there are traces of wistfulness, a longing that why not me, or how could she? There was once a wise monk who said, and truly so, that it is in the character of very few to honor without envy a friend who has prospered. Here I recall reading a famous story about the Buddha. One day a king invited the Buddha and his monks for lunch. On their way to the palace, they passed a beggar in the street. The beggar smiled enthusiastically as they passed by, vocally praising the king for his success and the beauty of his palace. When they arrived at the palace, the king served everyone a wonderful meal with many courses. After the meal, as was the tradition, the Buddha offered a dedication prayer for the incredible feast. The king, expecting the prayer to be dedicated to his incredible generosity, was shocked and taken aback when the Buddha dedicated the prayer to the beggar sitting outside on the street. Surprised, the other monks asked the Buddha why he had not honored the king, who had been a generous host. The Buddha explained that it took much more character and virtue for the beggar who had nothing to be genuinely happy for the success of the king. This story tells us the importance of rejoicing in the good fortune of others as a very important quality, but very difficult to develop in a lifetime. Whatever is amiss in our lives, it is not easy to see others basking in that, whether it is a loving spouse or a successful career. Everybody applauds when people boast of fantastic trips and tours and good grades and scholarships secured by their kids, promotions and perks at work. And these days, we applaud even when someone boasts of a clean chit in his or her pathological reports. But at the very first sign of a collapse or a failure or sorrow, others feel better. Perhaps unintentionally, but there is a sense of relief. Even when people visit hospitals or attend funerals, somewhere in their hearts there is relief that, thank God, it is not me or with me. How do you feel when you see someone who has much more than you do or comes to acquire more than you could, for whom life does seem to be a cakewalk and on whom luck has favored generously? How do you feel when someone hasn't had to struggle as you had to? Someone who is in cozier and merrier situations more often than you are. Because within our circle, there will always be those who are prettier and luckier and merrier with better positions or greater successes and bigger joys. Honestly, and I am not very happy to admit this, but yes, I have felt wistful too. Felt those slight tinges of envy, even if momentarily. Sometimes while looking at those whom we see on screens or read about, and sometimes looking at the lives of a few around me. This feeling of the grass being greener for them has popped up. Thankfully, though, like a wave, the moments come and then the waves dissipate, they vanish before the longing can settle down in the heart and build acid. There is no harm in a little wondering and questioning, in welcoming envy gracefully too, in case it knocks at the door. It helps to be humane. It squeezes less energy out of us than what is otherwise drained out in trying to suppress jealousy. Three things can be very helpful here. One, to consciously decide for how long to let the envious thoughts remain and whether to allow the grudges to take over all our senses. Socrates had said, envy is the ulcer of the soul, eroding inner peace. A little stronger or for a little longer, and it can destroy a lot. Relationships, peace of mind, sleep, appetite, work, leisure, just about everything for which we strive hard in life. And second, to never lose sight of this one truth that no one can comprehend the full and real picture and exactly estimate how happy or lucky any person is, because what we see, presume, and thereby infer rests on mere glimpses of a person's life. Have you heard that story of two oxen and the pig? Once upon a time, there were two oxen, the big red and the little red, who lived on the estate of a wealthy man in a small village. These two oxen did all the draught work of the family from noon to night. The wealthy man had one daughter whose hand was asked in marriage by a wealthy merchant of another village. During the wedding preparations, the father of the bride brought a fat pig on his estate, and everybody soon started fussing over it. The pig was very well fed and pampered by everyone. Looking at this unfair treatment, the little ox lamented to the big ox. Ah, all the loads that have to be drawn for this household are drawn by you and me, my brother. But all they give us for our pains is grass and straw to eat. Yet here is the pig being so well fed. What can be the reason? Why should he be treated to such fare? The big ox looked tenderly at the little one and said, my dear little red, envy him not, for the pig eats the food of death. It is but to furnish a feast for the guests at their daughter's wedding that the family are feeding up the pig. Wait but a little time, and when the guests shall come, the pig will soon be converted into curry. And third, a habit of taking pauses and reflecting comes handy always. There are many who might be luckier and happier than us, but all the whys and hows need not be answered. Why is it so? How is it so? Either when you are envious because others are luckier, or when people are envious because they think you are getting more than you should be. Just remember that it is all fine. It is natural as long as envy, hard feelings, and expectations don't run too deep and for too long. Thank you.